Oh, I'm Bongo John. I'm here at Bongo John Studio. I'm spending some more time exploring the Handsonic Roland HPD-15. There were three models: the HPD-10, the HPD-15, and the HPD-20. The HPD-20 is a great module. It's the current one that's still in production by Roland, and it has some. And what I wanted to explain about how the pros and cons of the 15 compared to the 20. Say, for instance, we have patch 1 that pulls up factory preset. I changed a few things, but if we're playing a pattern like this, on the 20, what happens with patches that have a held note, right, like this, you have with the 15, you have to apply generally with the set velocity velocity curves. That's one of the features I love about which the HPD-20 also has the this going on, which is wonderful. With the 20, I'll get to the point. There's a little more distinction of holding the note and playing a slap. It happens on the 15, but the standard settings, you have to adjust them to be, so you don't have to, really lay into it. So that's like pretty distinctly loud, but I'm having to hit a little harder than the presets that are on the 20. And the 20, I prefer the HPD-15, which is no longer being manufactured by Roland. And it's difficult to come by to find these because percussionists generally, or loopers, however, generally hold on to these units. They're great. Another feature that the 20 does not have is that there's what's called the ribbon controllers here. You see these? You can apply which is another skill set I'm still working on. Pardon. So, but you can assign. It's so versatile, and just a good gander at the user manual and learning about all the features and how you can change patches. And then it becomes a user patch. This is the patch 2 of Latin Bongo. Now that's pretty loud. I'm going to lower the volume. Whoa, hey. So some of these patches, they're a little bit more, kind of, I don't know if I say clunky or it just might be some of my plan, but nonetheless, they're good patches. It starts out with the Latin, and then you have African, and you can skip through these banks with these switches here, buttons, and go to other patches, and like that. That's a nice one. Some of them don't have like the roll hold is a nice feature of which the 20 does have that. So It's going randomly through these is now what I also like about the 15, it has the versatility. I'm not sure if the 20 has it or not, but there are there are external triggers for like a kick drum pedal, which I'm not utilizing that right now. I have a Roland TD-15 KVX kit, and sometimes I'll take the kick and have it going. I don't have it hooked up right now, but that's a fun patch, you know. And you know, you keep in mind you can adjust all kinds of parameters, you know, like level, pitch, pan, depth, sweep, color, you know, like a timbre of a sound. It's and of course the effects are wonderful. So, effect selections, you know, like a gated reverb, but this has, you know. It's a lot of fun. So I'm going through with the 20. Um, it just seems that they really kind of reached their peak with the Handsonic technology with the 15. That's just my opinion. The 20 doesn't have as much in the way of real-time adjustment, whatnot. So you know, you can go here. You know, and just different things that you can do with it. So, such as flipping through these menus, this changes what level of menus you're dealing with, like color. So I'm not really trying to necessarily perform right now. I'm just kind of going through a little bit of that, but you know, this is train crossing. No, so pardon. So that's a light orchestra in P5 patch 9, and the castanets is pretty convincing sound for castanets. Now, some of you who play melodic percussion might not like the how the pads are arranged. You know, there's an actual flow to it chromatically, and they do change a little bit here and there. So timpani. There are a lot of wonderful patches in here. This is a video I did earlier with the drum kit. Is this patch I was utilizing. The Surdo. Escola. It's one of my patches I'm exploring yet still. It's endless. There's so much you can do with this. So, the berimbau, very unique instrument. That's the Pandero 2. Oh, excuse me. I was smelling my finger was. That's horrible. So now we go here. This is fun with has a delay feature on it, which is fun to play with at times. So. Haha. Space Conga. It's something like a techno application, however, techno beats, what have you. So. Fun one. So a lot of the patches are kind of organized in groups of 8. And I get to roll through them like this Latin 808 Latin. So you go through, and you'll see that like the frame drum. It's hard to not play and show this how it's arranged. There's hundreds of sounds in the way that the presets are set, but you can do up. I think. I'm not really sure what the number is, but over 50 or almost 50 patches of user programmable. But I think the key thing is, just pick a patch and get familiar where everything is and get, weathered to it. Right now I'm kind of I've just recently acquired this HPD-15 over the course of a few months and finding the right one that was in excellent condition. And so some of the patches I'm more familiar with, others I have no clue, and I'm just kind of winging it. But it's really fun to explore. So I did a video earlier explaining some polyrhythms with this patch, which is the P02 African pot drum, which is also known as the Udu drum in Africa, or West Africa, I think is where it may have originated. I'm pretty gosh darn sure. We'll find out. So I've had a little bit of play experience with this particular patch. And keep in mind, you can move the sounds around where you want them, but then it becomes a user programmed. Sample that and then so, but they're pretty much kind of as far as the chromatic. There's a little over an octave with the number of pads that there are. So that's like, I have to get in the flow of it. It becomes muscle memory at a certain point, and I could eventually get that, but it's called laser wave. Like that, you can sample that and loop it, and then, but you can't have the sample playing. I think there's some certain ways that you can create. There's a very basic sequence on the Roland HPD-15. Can do some things like that. It's very limited. I would suggest using a DAW or a laptop or whatever you got to layer or pedal, All right, I'm just meandering, talking a little bit about some of the wonderful sounds and features, very basic explanations, not really in depth. That might happen later as I get more familiar with my Roland HPD-15 Handsonic. If you can acquire one, I strongly suggest, as a rhythmist or drummer or looper, however, this is a masterpiece of technology. I wish they would have continued with the ribbon controllers. All right, take care now, everybody.